Good evening from New York. We are here with the second night for the US guest for us, and it's gonna be the second night of the 12 days of Christmas. So, general knowledge, what we do at 12 days of Christmas is we are having a guest here from some of the countries that we are working with, and today we will have a wonderful guest. I adore her, and she's one of the best spirit educators in the US right now. And I'll be happy to be with her. And as a Californian, I'm still with the warm clothes in New York City because it's freaking cold over here. And it will be a fabulous night, so we will introduce our new Christmas edition 2022 with her. Oh, hi baby. Live from Paul John Whisky, yes, pretty early in India. It's 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time in New York right now. And we are also considering the Pacific Time for our friends in West Coast. So it's like 6:30. 375 Park Avenue Spirits. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. And I'm waiting for our guest here. And actually, let me try to invite her. Sometimes we have this problem. New whiskey that's coming to the market, and Christmas edition, there's no better time to do that in December, right? And this year we changed the things a little bit at Paul John Whisky. So we are introducing a new whiskey as a Christmas edition. So the logic of Christmas edition is always to capture the Christmas flavors with different barrels. Econal 85, a wonderful way to start Friday morning listening about whiskey. Thank you. Hello, Tracie. Nice to see you. Oh my God, it's coming on. It's coming. Bourbon Fines. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. It's been a long time. Let's try this again. It's great. Bourbon Fines, how are you doing, brother? That's interesting. My guest has not the power to join us. I'm trying it again. Awesome.
All right.
We made it. My God, Tracie.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Yay!
How you doing?
Yay!
Okay, I love your outfit.
Thank you. Right? It's holidays, Christmas edition. Happy
Okay, I love your outfit.
I'm just getting cold in New York.
Well, I understand.
Yeah, it's
that.
just.
No worries.
I'm just getting cold in New York.
You live here for a
I
longer
live in
time.
DC. Yeah, I did live there for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm in DC. We're
you
definitely
live
chilling
here
right now. No
for a
snow,
longer time.
but we've got some like sleet and stuff coming down. So also not the best weather.
As a Californian, I can see that very well.
As
There's
a
an echo. Is
Californian,
it
I
on your
can see
side?
that.
I don't hear it.
There's
Okay, I will
an
just take
echo.
one of
Is it
these
on your
out.
side?
How is
So
it?
I know what I'm speaking.
Okay, I will just
Is there
take
still
one
an
of
echo?
these out.
It's just
I
one
know what I'm speaking.
millisecond echo.
Oh no!
No worries.
It's
No
okay.
worries.
Everybody, is everyone else hearing it too?
Millisecond echo.
Is there
No
an echo
worries.
for you guys? Not necessarily.
Is there an echo for you
I
guys?
don't really mind. Okay.
Awesome.
How
How
you
are
been?
you?
I don't really mind. Okay. How have you been?
There's a
Oh,
lot
you
of
asked me
echo.
how? Yeah. There's a lot of echo.
Should I put on a
Oh, you asked me.
headphone?
Yeah.
If
There's
you
a lot
have
of
it,
echo.
Babe,
that
do you
would
have a
be
headphone?
pretty
Does that
awesome.
work?
We can wait.
You have it? That would be pretty awesome. We can wait.
Let's see if this one works. All right, guys.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, it's coming. I think that's better right now. Perfect. And can you speak for a second? It's just you have to increase your level, I guess. We don't hear you very well. Nope, we don't hear you.
Babe, I can't. Let's try another pair. I'm sure everybody has like a bazillion of these, right? I'm like the only person that doesn't have those.
You have to go with the original apple.
Oh.
You have to go with the original apple.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Woohoo! Thank you so much for your patience, everyone.
Perfect.
I appreciate you very much.
We did that. So, official opening. Hello, Tracie. Tracie Franklin here. One of the best spirit educators in the US, in my opinion.
I'm trying.
She's doing a fantastic job in person and on social media. Take care, guys. Yeah. And I'm loving to talk to you every second that I can, and I'm glad to have you here in our session, 12 Days of Christmas.
Well, I missed last year.
And this is not the first time we did that last year.
Do you have it with you? Because I haven't done it.
But, you know, we tried.
So, guys, so if you grab yours, I'll tell everyone what's going on. So I actually have been a part of the Christmas editions.
Give me 1
second.
They've
just been like little private tastings that we've all done together with some of the whiskey people. And it's been super fun. But last year I got really sick. So I had... I got an infection from surgery, and then they found a tumor in my chest. So I had a big tumor taken out. And so Koray, because he's amazing, still sent me some whiskey and was just like, get better. And so I've held on to it in hopes that I could actually open it with you. Yay!
Oh my God, you're so sorry. Let's start with that. So let me put it this way. Christmas editions has been there since 2018. And Paul John is doing there because there is still a big Christian population in Goa where we make our whiskey. Oh. And the reason for that is until 1960s, Goa used to be a Portuguese colony.
Yeah.
And that's why we have those like religious beliefs coming from Europe, of course. And still, like, there's a big population doing that. And there's a lot of people named Catholic names, like Mr. Paul John, come on.
Yep.
Yeah. Or Michael, our master distiller, is named Michael, and his last name is de Souza, coming from Portuguese heritage. So one of the reasons that we are doing this is the respect to the community that we have in Goa. And Christmas edition started in 2018. That also has another meaning for us. So 2018 was an Oloroso finish. And 2019, one of my favorites, it's a PX finish. And 2020, we had 3 barrels coming together, bringing together some different names. Then we had the 21 and 22 that we're going to try right now. But we are on number 5. And these
it didn't
are
come to the
really
US, right?
ones.
It only went to
even
Europe.
Don't have
so we weren't even.
By the way, if anybody has 2018.
And only 1,300. Yeah, if anybody's got one of those, reach out. Somebody might be purchasing that from you. Not me. I don't have any money, but. Heard. We are on the search.
So
absolutely.
If you find that, let me know. I have some money for that. Yeah. So 2021 was interesting. Actually, both of the years, 2022, 2021, it's interesting because both of the years we are trying something different. So 2021, which was this guy.
Well, I'm excited. I love
chestnut. Looks like chestnut, and it tastes chestnut, actually.
Okay.
So it was aged in ex-bourbon barrels. It was finished in 3 different Portuguese wine barrels. One of them being Tony, one of them being Madeira, and the other one being peated vintage port.
Now, guys, I know whoever saw that and laughed at me, please do. Why would I smell this? I literally just poured it in my glass. And then I smelled the bottle, not the glass. Yeah, feel free to laugh. Exactly.
You were just saying. You were doing quality control.
Oh, I'm just a dork. And I'm totally accepting of the fact that I'm a dork.
Oh my God, I love having you here.
But I really, really love being able to share this whiskey with you and this time with you. So thank you so much for everybody that's on and saying hello and watching us talk. I feel really lucky to be able to be here today with you. Yes. So I tend to enjoy this.
And
this
you
is
have the
what
wonderful
I typically
Copito
use.
over there. I have a Glencairn.
I've been doing a lot more tasting and kind of working with other people with some blending and learning much more about the production side. And this is what most of the distillers are using. This is what's in the distilleries for where I've been. So, yes.
I'll put it this way. I adore copitas. I love to use
Heard.
them,
It's true.
but I'm a
Absolutely.
traveling guy, so this is sturdy. That's probably the best glass for traveling
I mean,
whiskey
I just stuffed this full of
educators
socks.
or
I know.
ambassadors. That's probably the best one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Believe
smells
me, I
so
have a
good.
lot
So
of
there
Stan
is just
glasses
that
at
little
home.
hint of peat, but absolutely, this is nutty.
All right,
Okay.
so every Christmas edition will have some
Ah.
hint of peat because the idea is capturing the Christmas flavors. And
Yeah.
Christmas flavors, what do you have? Christmas
Yes.
cake,
Absolutely.
dried fruits, nutmeg, cinnamon.
Great.
You have those.
Well, we definitely
And
have.
you also
We've
want
got
some
the
other things,
smoke.
so
We've
that's
got like
coming
the
from
roasted
that.
chestnuts. We've got
And
that
smoke is a
beautiful
part of that because
fireplace, right? That's always there. So we've got a little bit of that smoke and a little bit of that brininess of this
yes,
meat, but it makes me think of smoked ham. Yes, but because it also has that fruitiness to it, right? So not just
smoked
dried
ham,
fruit, but
awesome.
like a tropical.
I love it. It's just... So
Yeah.
when
You
I
have a
drink
fireplace
this, I'm
in California?
I'm always
Oh, you're in New York
near a
right now.
fire,
That's right.
like fireplace. I like
I
it.
forgot.
I don't.
Ooh.
I'm in
I
New
love
York. I actually have a good view somehow. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
But
It's
LA,
because you get weak
interestingly, a
when
lot
you
of
move to
houses have
California.
fireplaces.
Guys, I say this because I'm a
Not
Californian.
mine,
I lived
but
there. I grew up there my whole life. But literally, you
yeah,
are.
bro.
I did, yeah. So I grew up in California. I grew up in the Central Valley. I went to school
Oh
in
my God,
Fullerton,
I didn't know
so
that.
in Orange County, California. Then I lived in LA. I lived in Sherman Oaks, and then I went on tour. So that's also part of my weird life, is that I toured. Right?
That's not
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
an attractive part of you, my God.
Okay,
You're
hold
an
on.
artist.
Let me actually drink this now.
I love
I'm sorry, I
that. And
love
we
smelling
have to
things,
talk more
and this
about
one
it, by the
smells
way.
so good, you
Yeah,
guys. There is all
yeah.
right now. I feel like now there's is like pastries coming out.
I'll just tell you things back to each other. Chestnut, roasted chestnut. You have the walnuts. You have antique room smell that we all love
Mm.
when you go to a secondhand store which sells furniture. So that's the smell you get most of the time.
Yes,
And there is like this wonderful body that Paul John always offers. In every whiskey of Paul John, you will have that
right.
creamy texture, and that's coming mostly from these
Now
two
it's
6-row barley we are
oh.
using.
Now one of the
It's
it's
cold, right?
unusual to use 6-row barley for I mean and from Goa, like right? It's actually Indian, correct?
It, so
I love
yeah,
it.
the hashtag for Paul John, let me put it in a modern way, is the Great Indian Single Malt, and we literally emphasize on Indian, and that means that
Fantastic.
we are trying to get everything from India for our whiskey. So the barley is Indian.
Okay.
We source the barley from northern India, from Rajasthan mainly, and we have 4 regions to get that. The water is Indian, close to the distillery. I'm an open guy about that. Like I know water is always
That's the biggest thing
filtrated,
that
it's
don't think people understand. So when
demineralized. It's
everybody's
not
talking about those
that
incredible sources of
important.
water that they
Yeah.
have, it's wonderful. But like the real thing that might change is like, so what are because actually, so for fermentation and all of that, it does make a difference, right? Because then you're just doing like a sand filtration, you're doing something really light. So
Yeah.
the different minerals, the pH, whatever that's sitting at, like is going to affect your fermentation. So yes, that's where it does make an impact, and we then concentrate the flavors from that fermentation. But people that think like that's the water that then goes in at the end, like the water is gone after you distill it, and the water that they're adding back has been gone through every single type of filtration you can possibly
Exactly.
imagine to ensure that you don't end up with weirdos, like weird squiggly things in your whiskey. So water is good, but it's not the most important thing ever.
So water is good. Nice to put in a yeah, nice to put in the marketing side of things. But
Ah,
one of the things that's really important for us is
yes.
Indian-made copper pot stills, which means that
Oh, that's
we
so cool.
designed it,
So
we
copper
handmade it
is
in
huge
India
for
with
India, though,
Indian
because of the
copper.
Ayurvedic properties. Like, you guys have been using copper,
And
well, yeah, they've been using copper for so
yeah,
many centuries. That's pretty amazing. Yeah.
and one of the funniest
No
part of things,
way. I
the
love that.
state where we made our copper pot
Well,
stills
that
is
just
a
kind of,
dry state.
that reminds me of Jack
Yeah,
Daniels, like, that
I
they're
love
in a
it. I
dry
love it.
county.
No,
You
we
know.
does in whiskey. Come on.
Oh, that's way worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think that's more, upset. Oh my God. But yeah, like we do everything from
Great.
harvesting the barley to bottling the whiskey in India. So that's really important. And the unseen part is the aging part.
Yeah.
So that's you know how it goes. Tropical region, because southwest of India, Goa, where we make the whiskey, is exposed to
That's what I
1995
was curious
degrees in
about, that
average
humidity as
throughout the
well.
year,
Yeah.
and 75% of relative humidity. So when you
Yeah.
put those
That's really
together,
cool.
we're
And
talking about 8 to
here's
10% of
something that people
interest
may
share,
not know, and I
which is
always
the
thought this was really
evaporation from
interesting.
the
So the
barrel.
reason that in
And the
high humidity that you're going to actually lose alcohol is what the barrel's trying to do is always stay balanced. So if there's a lot of water outside, it's going to get the alcohol out so that there's more water inside. It wants those two to stay stable. So if it's very dry, it's going to pump out that water to try to change the outside of the barrel and give it a little bit more moisture. So whenever you're thinking about, like, it's not just temperature that affects what's going to, it's really about that humidity. So ask those questions when you go to distilleries.
It's incredible. And I've been to Paul John
Oh,
Distillery
that'd be
back in
awesome.
2019 before
I
COVID,
love it.
unfortunately.
I
Maybe I
want to
will
go.
do that next
I
year.
want to go. Can I be on that?
223
I
goals
want to go.
going back
Well,
to
let's.
India.
Like, I mean, I want. India is like top
Oh,
of my list for
let's arrange
where I
that.
want to go
Yeah,
visit. So.
maybe one.
Yes.
It's it's beautiful. So when I went to Goa, I actually had the chance to taste everything. And when
Right.
you taste like the older stuff, you see that there's an oak interaction at its best
Yeah.
capacity. I'm not saying best capacity.
Okay.
It's giving
Absolutely.
everything
So
to the
was
oak,
that
and
in? Is
some of
that
the
something
older
that
stuff
they
are
were holding
over
on to
oaked.
those particular things for?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, also really cool to
Of
see what
course,
happens.
we're
Like what happens
just
when you
trying
get
to
over
see
oak.
what's
I mean,
happening.
the oxidation can't fix it. Like there's nothing that will fix it. It's just done. Oh, sad face. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
True.
you
Oh,
can see
absolutely.
blend.
Because it's kind of
That's
like
the magic of
it's like
blending.
in
I love it.
cognac when they have their basically their concentrated oak that they add into the cognacs for age. Boom. You got the same. Sorry, guys. If you can't tell, I really
Incredible.
do like to teach.
I love it.
So that's why I
So
bringing up all these like other
that was a
things for you. It's thank you. I do. I just
and
love it. I want
that's why I
everyone to
had you on my
understand spirits
list.
and just to
I
love
wanted
them the
this
way that we
Paul
do.
guy.
You know. And this one is delightful. So I do think this leans into that
Yeah.
nuttiness. There's some I get like dried apricot kind of, but not like I was expecting to get more of like dried like currants and figs and prunes, and I feel like I don't get that as much. Yeah,
You
yeah,
will not get that. Like
yeah. So
if it's not
it's not
our
present
PX
here.
or
And
Oloroso
it was what were the
casks,
three barrels
I
again? It
don't
was
think
ex
that you will
bourbon,
have
then
those.
finished in.
So
Mm,
so this was ex-bourbon finished in Portuguese wine barrels. So
yep, because
Madeira,
that's
which you
that
will have a
oxidation.
lot of nutty flavors from. Tawny, which you will have Tawny port,
Yes.
which you will have lighter butterscotch and lighter red fruits, and peated vintage port, which you
Right.
will have the
Just and
sweet
it
part
is.
of
It's very.
everything
It just adds like
with
almost like an
the slight
earthiness or
peach.
like an umami note to it more than anything. Okay. You can't
So
even get
this
it.
is like
This
the
is all
last year's
that's left
version.
in the
It's gone.
world.
It's gone in most of the states.
Guys, go buy them. Go buy them. They're
Oh,
in New
no,
York. Okay.
actually,
I
we
haven't
have
opened
some
this.
more
I
in New
was very
York if
excited. I
anybody
didn't want to
wants.
like. I want to look like a nerd on
I,
camera when I'm not able to open my bottle.
I'm s-
Woo woo! I like it. I like it.
so this is a new one. This is a new one.
Yeah.
This is a Christmas edition 2022, a little bit more
Right.
festive bottle. So every year the recipe changes. And this year we're looking at something
Okay, I'm
really
ready.
nerdy, and I love that you're here because you will love this. So, three different whiskeys. We blend them together. Okay. The first one, easy. Let me pour myself too. The
Okay.
first one is easy. It is ex-bourbon barrels for
Oh
6 years.
no, this
So you age your whiskey for 6 years in a first fill ex-bourbon barrel. That's classic Paul John. Okay. The second
Okay,
whiskey.
great.
Oh, actually, I am able to show you something. Give me 1 second. So the second whiskey is aged in ex-bourbon barrels for 4 years.
Oh
Then
my
it's
gosh.
finished in Paul John XO brandy
Yum.
casks.
Oh, that's a beautiful
And
bottle
this
too.
is Paul John
It
XO
is.
brandy.
Oh my gosh, and it's even on the bottle.
And
Oh man, I gotta get
if
this.
I have it, Yeah, it's like a glass peacock over there. So Paul John XO brandy is our approach to brandy, just the way we did in whiskey. What we do in whiskey is using the local Indian
That's so
grains,
fantastic. Is
and with
anyone
the
using
XO
Indian
brandy,
grapes?
we are
Like
using
anyone else?
Indian
Like, do you guys
grapes.
have?
Uh,
Wow.
not this. This is the first 100% Indian grape
Yep.
brandy. Yeah. So what we did is we brought in
Planted in.
Uniblan wines from France, planted in India,
Okay.
harvested, blended with a local grape called Bangalore Purple, made our
Okay.
visu, put in
Yeah.
the whiskey still, not Charente,
Oh my gosh.
distilled it, put it in
Yum. Right?
French
I like
Limousin
that
oak
people did the
for
hearts
8 to
because
10
yes,
years.
that sounds amazing.
So this is it. So we take that cask, which is used for our
Okay.
brandy,
Yeah.
and we age
Okay.
our whiskey for 2 more years after 4 years in bourbon cask. So that's the second one. The third one. This is getting more interesting. I'm in love with
Okay.
this. The third one is we age our whiskey for 5 years in ex-bourbon barrels that used to
Okay.
have a peated Paul John whiskey.
Right?
So it's a second fill,
The Oloroso.
had
Yeah.
peated Paul John.
Yeah.
Then we finish it in our Oloroso cask. So we call it the Oloroso peated. So it's a 60-year-old whiskey in general.
I mean,
Blend of
on the
three
nose,
different
though, I'm
things.
getting so much
It's
chocolate.
complexity
I'm getting
at its
like
best.
apple, like baked apple, though, like really ripe baked apple, some clove.
Yeah.
Oh, this smells so good. Like, it's more. Yeah.
This year's is a little bit more perfumey, floral.
Guys.
Female Whiskey Society, welcome. Josh, Ria,
Yes, we've been talking
Berkin,
too much. I'm
everyone,
sorry, guys,
welcome.
but we're
Sorry
so
that I
happy
missed
that
you
you are
because I was so
here.
excited.
For me, this is, I mean, the floral is a rich, like purple, like an orchid, or like something like, versus like a white flower. I think those are so much more ethereal. This one's much richer. Yes, exactly.
It's coming to me like,
Oh, it
a
smells
violet.
so good. So good. Okay.
It's beautiful. It's just crazy good. And Christmas editions are not so there are a lot of whiskeys out there bringing limited editions. When we bring limited editions, it's actually limited edition. So we only bring like 300 to 350
So this
cases
has
a
a
year.
real,
So
yeah, I mean,
2,000 bottles.
this
Enjoy it.
is constantly changing on your palate. So so funny.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Wow. So when it initially hit, I was really expecting to get more fruit, but there's this really beautiful spice, like this baking spice, and then it really, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's like the small bacon feeling starting over, and it takes over with alcohol butterscotch with cinnamon. It's incredible
But
on
I
the
think
palate.
it still dries out into more of, I don't know why, I'm getting a lot of chocolate on this one. I don't,
Oh, lovely.
yeah.
White
So
chocolate
there you
is
go.
one of
So it's just
our
the base. I can just sense
flavors
it's
that
there.
we have in our whiskey. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Actually, one topic I want to talk with you because this is something we experience. So every Christmas edition has been
Yes.
in a clear bottle until this year,
Oh.
and because of
I'll be
COVID,
upset
because of
about that.
shortage,
I'm not upset
we
about
had
it
we had to
because
go
I
with a
keep them in the
darker
tin
bottle
anyways.
this year.
You
What do
know,
you feel?
I
What do you
keep
feel
these
about
in
it?
the tin. So, and if they're clear, I want to keep them in the tin as well, just because of light exposure.
Yeah.
So, and they're beautiful, exactly. So I'm not getting rid of it.
And because our tins are freaking amazing, though.
Okay. And we
No,
open, I put it back in the
personally, in
tin.
my
Yeah.
library, everything is open.
Yeah.
They're not in tins or boxes. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm thinking about that. Yeah, we are going about this shortage, and in the
Absolutely.
last
And
three
that has
years,
absolutely
we
been
learned
what the
how
industry
to
has learned
react
and
to
is
these
doing.
new
It's
things.
constantly flexing. It's constantly, pivoting to something new. I think that, and we as whiskey drinkers, it's been really exciting to watch what people are doing, right? So whether it's just, coming out in a completely new bottle or somebody playing with some of their
Yeah.
proofs or things or coming out with new additions because they had nothing else to do but play in the distillery for a while. So I don't know, like some really interesting finishes have come out and I'm having a fun time really learning, like watching people get outside of their box, right? We're starting no longer sitting in that comfort zone. You can't. There's a lot of really creative people.
So we have talked a lot about Paul John and the whiskey, and what I do in this show, what I used to do, and when it was 24 days of Christmas, I usually talk about life, and we talk a lot about the events. How was your
Sometimes
year?
I do.
How was
It's been
2022
hard.
for
It's
you?
hard. So 2022 was my recovery year. So it's really learning what my body is capable of now, learning to be very gentle with myself, to be caring with myself, because I'm one of those people, like I'm sure all of you understand, just pushes through, sometimes pushes through pain, pushes through thinking that, like just one more thing, I can do this. But that's also, like I was really sick, so I didn't have that capacity. So being able to conserve that energy and be able to really take care of myself has been amazing, but also sometimes very frustrating because I want, like I want to go and run 5 miles and I can't run yet. So being calm and comfortable with that, I started Qigong. So if anybody else does Qigong in the morning, I'm doing Qigong now. So very excited. Yes, it's like a Tai Chi. Yes.
Tell us more
It's
about it.
very similar to,
I
to, to Tai Chi.
I
It
don't
uses
like. I
actually
heard
some of the
about it, but
similar
I have no
exercises. So
idea.
it's really about opening up your chi centers and allowing the chi to flow correctly through your body, and it's very soothing. You are only supposed to go to about 70% of your 75% of your max every time. Like you never go like push yourself there. You never push past pain. So it's made me be much more mindful about what my body is experiencing, and also just centers me a lot. I love to be able to do the qigong to really connect with my body, with my breath, and then just sit for 15 minutes and have a little meditation time if I can, and then let the day get crazy from there. Yeah, chat with us. Ask questions. Feel free.
So we have some commands. Accidentally created.
Oh my gosh,
Ask
it's
questions,
so
please,
good.
guys. Parik
And
recently
the
switched to
Nirvana,
culture and
like
brilliance. Love it.
it just
It's
tear
one
through
of
those.
it's so good.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh
Okay,
my gosh,
I
it's
have
so
to
good.
talk about Nirvana. Nirvana is a different spirit. Uh,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nirvana is a crazy one. So we created that for the French market. We Yeah, we did a
Yes,
research in France
absolutely.
because France is one of the best single malt consuming countries. So we did a research on how they like to spend their money on, and they're like,
Sorry.
Broken Barrel Whiskey. Yeah, I missed your events, guys. I'm sorry. I was traveling. I'm coming back to LA. I'm coming back to LA
Yes.
tomorrow. I'll find you.
Mm,
So
mm,
France love their single malts, light, easy, young,
right.
3 times. They also love their single malts around
Oh,
40%
okay.
ABV,
Yeah.
and if possible, under 30 euros. We all like that.
Oh my God.
So we created that recipe and we sold out in France in no time with Nirvana. So Nirvana was directed to France.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I had this idea, like,
Yep.
why don't we bring it to the US? Let's bring it because it's gonna work. And it's before COVID, so on-premise is doing the tops.
Yeah. Oh, good
So
job.
I
Just get
had
in there.
this
You're like,
conversation
this is what we should
with
do.
my current CEO. Yeah, eh,
No
this is
way.
what we should do. And we agreed that on a golf
It's
field.
true. Yep.
And it's a lot of things going on in the US. Yeah, that was the deal. Yeah. And we decided to bring it in. So March
Oh
2020, it came just 3 days
no.
before shutdown. So we brought the product.
Right. Yeah.
We created that, we thought about the on-premise first, but we had to pivot now. So what COVID taught everybody is to pivot. So we did
I
that.
think it's
And
spectacular. It's
currently
really
Nirvana is
bright.
our
There's a
best-selling
lot of
whiskey in the
creamy,
US.
like citrus notes, and like it's just something that's so
Yeah.
easy on a palate. It's bourbon, ex-bourbon casks, correct? Okay.
Second
Yes.
and third fill. So we love to see the impact of spirit there. We love to see what's coming out of the steel with the minimal
Right.
impact. Minimal is so when you use the second and third fill, you have the minimal impact from the
Some
barrel.
crazy.
Also,
So if you
Nirvana
guys
is only a
haven't had it, the
three-year-old
fact that
whiskey,
it's
three to
that
five
young
years
and
old.
that delicious, like
My God.
it's insane. But it's at such a great price point, and it's just delicious. It's one of the like literally, it's like an everyday drinker. You can pour it out for anybody, any whiskey drinkers, Scotch drinkers, bourbon drinkers. Like it doesn't matter. they're going to like it. It's a really clean palate. It's 40%, so you can just like, you kind of forget you're drinking it, but always drink responsibly.
Yeah. And as a marketing person, I brought that product, like, we always created ourselves a mixing whiskey. Then last year, there was a point I poured myself some Nirvana, and I forgot that for like 25, 30 minutes. And I went back to the glass, and I was like, what the hell?
Yep.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Completely new drink, and completely something that I want to sip. I don't want to mix it. So that's my new thing with Nirvana.
And
if I want to drink Nirvana, I pour it, leave it for 20 minutes, then I drink it.
You get that initial, but you just let it sit for 20 minutes, because all of that oxygen, the ways that those integrate, it changes what you have in your glass immensely. Actually, and I'm going to show this thing. So I had someone send me this. It's Highland water. It's from a birch tree. It's birch water. So they sent this to me to try. So I'm going to pour it into the whiskey, and I'm going to see how it changes, because I'm very curious. So I didn't know that. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't check.
And I'm going to change my view because I'm out of charge, so I have to do that.
Just one drop.
It's okay.
And always remember to add water to your whiskey, just to play with it. Like, I think it's so fun. I think that whiskey is here for us to explore flavor, right? It's to see what can happen with the liquid that's in that glass. So whether that's letting it sit for 20 minutes, then adding a drop of water, then maybe adding a little more water, then maybe even adding an ice cube or Coca-Cola or Sprite or Squirt. But it's really meant to explore. Who cares? You just go pour another glass if you don't like it. Like, that's my biggest thing. When you get a little older, maybe I understand it's a lot of money invested in there, but like, have fun. Exactly. It's funny. I always tell this to people.
As long as you enjoy it, we don't really mind.
Oh, yeah.
I love seeing the Nirvana bottle just behind you, by the way.
No, but this is this is your Christmas.
I love it.
On the other side.
That's the 2019.
It's so good.
That's the 2019, yeah.
Yeah, but Nirvana is almost empty, so I need a new one. Yes, exactly.
I called the Christmas
19 and you did a sale, so we all bought like a bazillion of them afterwards.
Yeah.
No, I was glad. It was great for me.
I'm sorry. Not sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as a whiskey educator,
for 4 years.
And you worked for Glenfiddich for some time.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I'm working with all whiskey right now. So I was in a program with Uncle Nearest and Jack Daniels created an advancement initiative. So I had studied for 2 years, traveled the U.S., and I worked with different distilleries, really learned from a lot of different distillers, master blenders, just the people, people on the ground actually making things happen. I got to spend days and days with them, and it was wonderful. And I also started my diploma in distillation. So you just passed your GCD. Congratulations. I've passed my first 2 modules on my diploma. I have 1 more to go. And
Thank you.
I'm so excited, but it's really hard.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I checked
exactly,
the circle.
And I don't. But the whole point for this was for me to get as much education as I possibly could, to learn as much about production, to learn as much about whiskey, about spirits in general, and distillation, and how I can affect flavor. Like, what are those levers that we are controlling to affect flavor, and how can I better understand them and utilize them? So now I have just this incredible breadth of knowledge that I'm starting to gain and being able to use in different distilleries and different consulting kind of opportunities, but also just to teach. I want to share this with other people. So I try to do it on my Instagram. I've got my quizzes on Monday nights into Tuesday. And I'm trying to figure out some other ways. I think we're going to do a label. I'm going to teach people how to read labels so that they can really pick up something and understand what's going to be in that bottle. Cocktails, right? Got to do some cocktails for people. I have one coming up tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just trying to be available. If you guys ever have suggestions, what should I teach, Koray?
So I'm always saying, when we talked about you in the company for this program, I was like, Tracie, I am not calling her a whiskey influencer. She's a whiskey educator. So that's what I thought. And if anybody asks me about those educations, like WACT, IBD, do they matter?
Exactly.
They don't matter if you don't work on it, and you're a living proof on that. And like, because you got it, you're working on it, you are
Yes.
trying to
Yes.
transport your knowledge to other people. That's what you're trying to do.
Right,
And that's when
exactly.
they work.
No more
Because yeah,
gatekeeping.
we got
No
the
more
knowledge.
gatekeeping. I
If
do
you
think
keep it
that
to
that
ourselves,
this
they're gonna
knowledge
sit
was
there.
always kept within very small little
Yeah.
circles. And even people that can't afford to go to WSET, if they can't afford to get some of these certifications, how can I ensure that they have access to to learning about all of these things that they love, that they have a passion for, if they don't have the finances? So I just try to, parse it up into little bits, make it as understandable as possible, as simple as can be, and just, I don't know, it's my gift. Gift to the world. Woohoo, whiskey knowledge.
Also, I was just putting it
Yes,
this way for industry people, like for
yes,
bartenders, USBG has some programs that they pay back
absolutely.
if you
If
get
you
the
work in
education, or
hospitality, a
ask
lot
your
of
company.
restaurant
They
groups
will
will
always,
pay.
be
If you're in
happy to
marketing or
help you.
sales or any of those, like a lot of companies will actually help pay for some of the certifications, especially in spirits and wine and spirits. So it's worth an ask, you know? Yeah, exactly.
You will lose nothing. So we're coming to the most wonderful time of
Yay,
year
birthday!
for some of the people. For them, it's Christmas. For me, it's my birthday. So we're just gonna, yeah, thank you. My question is to you. How are you gonna spend your Christmas, New Year's, and most importantly, this has become a tradition in the last two
Well, I
years.
will be spending my
What's your
time in Long
wish for
Island with
Christmas and
my
New Year?
husband's family, helping send some love to his mother and his father, and we will be there actually all the way through from Saturday until when we decide to come back in January. So, what is my wish? I don't know. I
Lovely.
guess my wish for like what do I wish for myself, or like what do I want this to be like? What, like any of the above.
Anything,
Okay, I like it.
anything.
I
You
like
have
it.
a lot of wishes.
I hope that
I'm
this
not giving you
Christmas
only one
we
choice.
all take a moment. Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. What is the weird one from Seinfeld? I don't care. Whatever you celebrate, or nothing. I just hope that in this holiday we all start to take a moment to check in with our friends, check in with each other, to really know where your heart is, to understand what other people need at this time. It is a really, really hard time, especially for people who've had loss in their lives or who don't have good memories around these holidays. And I want us to just be kind to each other, really be kind, be generous to each other and to yourself. That's what I wish. Yeah, it's pretty
I
rough.
totally agree on that. Like the world is already unbearable. Uh,
Yes.
it's pretty rough.
Sorry,
It's pretty
that was a downer,
it's
guys.
incredible,
But I
but it's also
really,
pretty
really,
rough. So
I just know
sometimes we
there's so
have
much
to
good
know.
out there, and if we can
Yeah,
start to
yeah,
spread
yeah.
it amongst each other, it's gonna come from ground level. We can't expect for the people that are like, we have to care for each other, care for our communities, care for our friends, care for our families. It's up to us. We can change the way that our society is treating each other right now. Hi, Nicola. I love you.
Exactly. By the way, Nicola Risk is here. Like we love her. And what I'm gonna say is like
Yes,
we always give people wishes, but
yes,
let's have a
please.
wonderful, mindful year. Let's care about our mental health. Let's help everybody as much as possible. That's what I'm wishing.
I do really
So,
like this
last
one.
words about the Christmas edition 2022. What do you think?
It's lighter, a little bit brighter, a little more. Actually, for me, like now that I went back side to side, so 219 for me was a little bit more rich. The nuttiness is definitely that bigger component. While I smelled chocolate on it, when I went back to this one, this definitely had much more of those rich notes, whereas this was more honeyed and toffee and caramels and that nutty, but it's then also into apricot and all of these really
Yes.
lovely sort of dried fruit. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Thanks.
Ah, perfect, perfect.
Yes.
One of the best parts about this whiskey is the peat component for me. Because we always think peat like is coming with
Right.
whiskey.
And it's just
In this
enough. It's
whiskey,
just a touch.
it's coming
Again,
from
it's
the
just for
barrel.
me, just a
Just the
grounding note.
barrel.
It's this
Yeah.
umami note. It's that nuttiness that comes through in that. But, instead of having the brown sugar, it makes it that toffee. Like it just gives that richer sort of sweetness to it.
Yeah. It's incredible. Well, we're gonna
I think it's like
continue doing this
2, 3 days. I'm not sure.
event for we're on. I don't know what day we are
What
right
day
now.
is it? Where am I?
It's like the brand ambassador job. Like, what's that? What day is it? Yeah, I think it's 15th. So we're gonna continue this until 24th. We will have guests from the USA, no, just like UK, Belgium, Australia, India.
Amazing.
So we have different brand ambassadors. We have different guests from all over the world, incredible influencers that you're probably following. Just check our daily news about who we're gonna
Yes.
invite. I'm so lucky. Yesterday I had Amanda Young, Duchess of Isla. She was awesome. Today I hate you.
I feel incredibly
Come on,
grateful.
that's like
Thank
I
you so
wanted
much.
to have you in my broadcast. I have you.
Thank you so much.
I'm
I
famous right
really,
now. I'm so
you know, I
happy about
adore
that.
you. I appreciate whenever we have some time together. It's which is not often. So this was a real treat, and I feel incredibly honored to be selected. And I hope that people enjoyed, and that you have a really wonderful Christmas. Have a very Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy
Everybody,
holidays.
have a
Happy
wonderful holiday
holidays.
time.
Happy
If you're
Hanukkah.
not
Happy
Christian, have a
Kwanzaa. Remember,
wonderful
Happy
New
New
Year's.
Year.
If you're
Happy lots of
Christian,
things.
enjoy the holidays.
I'm
Happy
really, I
Hanukkah.
want people to, yeah, or
Yeah,
just, just
Kwanzaa was
be
that.
safe. Be safe. Be responsible.
Be
Please.
safe, be happy,
Yeah.
take care of your family, take care of your
Yes.
people. Enjoy your whiskey responsibly, or
It's been
wine,
my
or
pleasure.
beer, whatever
Thank
you
you so
drink.
much.
Thank you for joining
Bye.
me,
You
Tracie.
too.
I
Bye.
enjoyed this a lot. Thank you.